What's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am having a ball already because I am interviewing the one and only Ms. 007, Ms. 007 Music, one that I have been really eager to talk to for a while now. So without further ado, let's introduce her up here so we can get into some things. Hey,
Hey,
girl, hey!
hi, honey. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
Amazing, man. Today is my mother's birthday. We outside showing thighs. She just turned 69. We
Oh,
good.
snap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a blessing. Well, happy birthday to her. Well, before we get in, I just want to say thank you so much for your time and taking this interview because I love me some you. I love y'all girls. Y'all are amazing. First, I want to thank y'all for this absolutely everything different of a show that big girls needed in our life. And thank you for representing us to the fullest and so well.
Thank you for loving us, man. I'm just glad we doing the right thing, honestly.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's start off with where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, Ferguson to be exact. A lot of people know St. Louis from Mike Brown and Ferguson, but I was actually born in that block, in that neighborhood, on that corner.
Oh, snap, for real? That's what's up.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep, yep,
okay.
yep. If you go, I know people don't really go back and look at this stuff, but like all the people you were seeing protesting and on the news, even the people that he was in the store with, I know they know me. I know all of them by name. Like I grew up with them, so yeah, I know pretty much everything there is to know about Ferguson, Missouri, St. Louis, all of it.
All right, all right. How often do you go back and visit?
Very often. I'm actually in St. Louis a lot more since my dad passed away. I've pretty much been there all this year. I just sporadically, but prior to my dad, I would only go a couple times a year. But since my dad died, we just been getting closer to mom, spending more time with her. My brother and I lived in LA for 8 years. So he left LA, moved back home with mom so she wouldn't be alone, things like that. So I kind of be getting in my feelings because she got her older two children there and her baby all the way across the country. So I go home
Oh,
quite often now.
oh, that's what. So you got relatives. So you got siblings. How many other siblings do you have?
I have an older brother who was also on the first episode, and I have an older sister who's older than him, who lives in St. Louis, and she has two children.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. So you are into fashion, you are into music, you are even into acting from what I seen a little bit. Is
Yeah.
that what that I seen you had a series. What was it called? Something about games.
Oh, the game. Oh, yeah. So the Book of
Yeah,
Games.
what
Yeah.
was that
So
like?
that was
When
a
did you
friend of
get into
mine. He
acting?
actually, that was a friend of mine, Charles. He actually wrote a book about like a dating book, and then
Oh,
he started putting a series together based off the book he wrote, and asked me to be a part of it because it was basically about him floating through different types of women all the time. Just it was crazy, but
ah,
yeah, it was supposed to go on HBO, but it did not make it there. But we did make it to a few film festivals and things like that. But he's still working. Keep looking out for him.
definitely, absolutely. So, Ms. 007 Music, when did you get inspired to start wanting to do music?
Honestly, a lot of people may or may not know this. People who have known me for the long haul know that I've always been into music. I started out as a gospel singer. I used to do gospel competitions. I was in choirs, things like that. All throughout high school and after high school, I did a lot of singing and things like that. But also my brother is musically inclined, and since I was born, he's been playing the trumpet since he was 4 years old. So I've waken up to the sound of horns since birth. And so I've always kind of been into that. My dad was a gospel singer in church. His mother was a singer in church. So it all kind of just came from within our bond and our family. It wasn't until I got a little older that I realized that I didn't really want to sing anymore. I had went to a American Idol audition, and this was the year after Fantasia.
Oh, just about to ask, what year was it?
Yeah. This was the year after Fantasia. And I was like, I'm going, I'm finna be the next American Idol. And I got there and there was so many amazing singers, but the judges looked at me and was like, you have a good church voice, but you ain't no Fantasia. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, well, I do have a good church voice and I am not Fantasia. They didn't lie, but it was hard. She was like, okay, what am I going to do? And then I recorded my first song, which I was singing, and it never got released. But my brother was like, I need you to see if this is what you really want to do, because I do believe you have a future in music. I just don't know if singing is it. And it's not that I can't sing. It's just that I ain't no Whitney Houston. Singers got to have star potential. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can sing, but you got to be able to stand next to the competition. And I couldn't stand next to the competition. So, speed the story up. A lot of people knew that my brother was a songwriter, producer for Sony. He had written a lot of songs at the time for like Swiss Beats, Twister, Bow Wow.
Wow.
You know that song Bow Wow got, where the big girls at? She turn it up. Where the big
yeah.
My brother wrote that. You know, the Twister, the birthday song. I can't think of it. Went viral this year again, but it's so old. The Twister's birthday song. My brother wrote that. Swiss Beats. She ain't got no money in the bank. She be walking around.
Oh, that's my song.
Yeah, my brother wrote that. That's him actually on all three of those songs. He had created this sound, which started with the Swiss Beats, but the hook is my brother wrote that, recorded it, chopped and screwed his voice. That's him on the hook. And produced all three of those records I just mentioned. And so that was like the start of his songwriting career. But anyway, a lot of people in St. Louis, my friends knew that. And I was a party promoter. So I threw like the biggest parties in the city with my friends. And we had the city popping. But a lot of my friends knew that my brother was in the industry heavy at the time. And so they would always send me music and send this to your brother, let him see what he think. And so this guy I was dealing with at the time, he was like my boo at the time. And he walked in the house and was like, I got this song I want your brother to hear. I want you to play this for your brother. And he played it. And for some reason, I just started freestyling on the song. And he was like, man, you ain't no rapper. I was like, I could if I wanted to. Like, I know all the promoters. I know all the rappers. I know all the DJs. I know everybody. Like, I really could start rapping if I want to. And I'm like really dope with the shit. So he was like, well, finish this verse and let me hear it. I finished the verse and he was like, man, if you don't finish that song, you'll be stupid. And I went to the club in St. Louis, performed it the whole, like just that verse. I didn't even have a song recorded or nothing. I rapped that verse over another friend's song who was popping at the time. And the crowd went so crazy and the energy was so big. I knew in that moment, this is what I want to do forever. So that just kind of started my rap career. I started recording. I started sending my brother music. And he was like, yeah, we finna do this. And then that's what happened. I moved to LA in 2013. We did Important. We did a couple of other songs. And Important went crazy viral, like 11 million views on Facebook.
That was going to be my next question about that viral song. Yes.
Yeah, it went crazy on Facebook. We had put it on World Star at first. And from World Star, it jumped over to Facebook. Instagram wasn't that big yet. So a lot of people wasn't going viral on Instagram yet. But I went viral on World Star. I went viral on Vlad TV. I went like 11 million virals multiple times, multiple years in a row. For at least 4 years on Important on Facebook. So it's just been a journey, man. It's just really been a journey.
Oh my goodness, that is so dope.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean,
So
yeah, I've been on all the biggest blogs like Bossip. I've been on Press Hilton, Hot 97. I've been on all the biggest blogs. Every celebrity you want to share your music shared my music. So a lot of them know me and just been waiting on me to drop something else. And it's been a task. I'll say that.
that was
Yeah.
you doing that thing, girl, because you is doing it. We
Thank you.
got some people in chat saying they listening to your music right now. They don't
Thank
bought
you.
some stuff from you, order
Thank
some
you.
things.
I
Okay, you
hope you love
got
your shirt. Thank you. Thank you.
some fans up in the building.
Thank you. I can't see the comments, but I can click on the chat and I think it'll show me the
Okay.
comments. Oh, it's people in here.
Yes, there's people in here.
Hi,
Yes, ma'am.
y'all. But when I click on the chat, because I'm on my phone, I can't see you. So
Oh, okay. Well, yes, make sure because you was getting a lot of love right now.
thank you. Thank you. I love y'all back for free, honey.
So when did you start getting into fashion?
Well, my music has slowed down. On an artist level, but I had continued to put music out in the sync world, so I got a lot of music in the on commercials and TV shows and stuff like that. But that just wasn't good enough for me. I mean, I'm making money, but people don't really know I'm still putting out music. But that just really wasn't good enough for me. I decided and had talked to my brother and was like, man, a lot of people ask me about my lipstick and my lingerie and my glasses and things I be wearing, and I want to get into kind of forming a business to sell them. So I created Big Intimates and I started selling all the my favorite items. So like I don't have a private label of my lipstick and my lingerie. I use like the top brands like Yolette and a few other brands that I particularly love and added them to my collection and I sell them as a wholesaler.
I
Well,
love those stocking teddies, body stockings.
yes,
Oh, I
all of that.
love
I got
those.
all of
I
that,
got to
honey.
give you one.
I got all of that. I need to update my website. Don't kill me. A lot of people been ordering stuff and it's sold out. But I do got like a whole chest of inventory in here and at the salon. But so when I moved to LA, it wasn't really a lot of clothes for me to be able to wear. I knew that I was an artist and I wanted to be able to dress like Nicki Minaj. That's who was popping at the time. Cardi B wasn't around. Lizzo wasn't around. I
Right.
was I was the first fat people's champ when it came to being fat and sexy. Okay,
Okay.
like people need to really give me my flowers for that because I made the girls feel important first. Um,
Absolutely.
but I couldn't find clothes. So a mutual friend from St. Louis, her name is Rachel West. She's also an artist and she also owns the number one celebrity wig shop on Melrose in Hollywood.
Okay.
And we both from the same mud, so we support each other heavily. I went to go see her at her video shoot one day, and she introduced me to Cosmo, who is the queen of Melrose in West Hollywood. And Cosmo just fell in love with me and took me under his wing and designed some. Well, I designed the stuff, but him and his team created these looks for me, and I fell in love with them. But I couldn't afford that shit. It
Oh,
was,
right.
it cost so much. Like it was like we paid $5,000. My brother paid $5,000. I'm gonna give him his credit. He paid $5,000 for like four pieces. I got. If you see me wearing that cape, I designed
Girl,
that cape.
yes.
I designed that. I sketched it up and everything. Cosmo made it. The if you look on my page, there's a gold bra. The first bra I ever had all these spikes and chains, and it was just really nice. Um, he made that and a few other pieces he made for me. But anyway, I couldn't afford it, and I was like, I gotta figure out how to keep this, make this my wardrobe because I can't afford this, and I gotta I want to wear these bras. The bras is my look. This is it. I found it.
I love them. I am in love with your bras.
Yes, thank you. So one day I just sat down and started making them. And it wasn't like a foreign thing for me. Even growing up, my mom always bought me like craft sets and pottery sets and bedazzling things. And so I never was the kid who played with toys or,
Right.
computer games and TV. I never was that kind of kid. I always had crafty things. So when I sat down and did it, the first two was trash. And then I just kept practicing and practicing and practicing and going over materials and taking them back to Cosmo. Cosmo would give me advice. Cosmo was like, all right, bring me some pieces and I'll put them in my store. So the first collection of mine is about 6 pieces. He actually put in his store. So I got pieces on Melrose at his store, got $600 price tags on them. I've sold them, swapped them out, refurbished over the years. But that's how we got Big Intimates. And from there, Jamie saw how good I was doing and had my celebrities were like leasing my clothes for photo shoots and things like that, or celebrities were like contacting me like, can you go pull some pieces for me and bring them to, I've delivered to the Insecure set. Like it was almost like it was destined for me to do this, because everybody know when you live in LA, you got to have a job, a hustle, your career, what you're fighting for. You got to have all these things in place. But I had jumped into an opportunity that kept me in the fashion world. And I became a celebrity stylist through picking wardrobe for this company and delivering it to all these wonderful celebrities who I can never mention, but I got to meet all of them and take them their wardrobe and style them and make sure they had everything they needed. And Jamie was like, I want to add this to my salon, because everybody has, or a lot of people say they have full service salons, but nobody really does wardrobe in their salon. So Jamie kind of like hit the toe pole, and I was like, okay, let's do it. I wasn't all the way ready, but we also didn't know a pandemic was about to happen. So the pandemic gave me a little more time to perfect my craft and things like that. But now I'm Gucci. I'm ready. I'm the bling queen now. It is what it is.
So tell me more about your new merch out. I'm important, bitch.
So yeah, I dropped my new merch. I put out a few t-shirts, 3 different designs. Fatpreneur, Fat and Poppin', which have always, Fatpreneur is new. I'm a fat entrepreneur, so I just put it together. And I know a lot of other fat entrepreneurs, so I just was like, I think it's dope, let's do it. And so my brother helped me put it together. He manages me as well. That's why I mention him a lot. But Fat and Poppin' has always been one of my hashtags. Of course, I'm important bitch important has always been one of my hashtags. And I just think that the song is really going to resurface one more time. My streams already been going crazy, of course, but and I've been getting bookings. So I mean, it is what it is. I honestly never really stopped getting bookings. I always stayed booked ever since 2014 when the song got put out.
Looking busy.
Now it's getting hectic again, and so I'm just excited.
Well, then I think I also see you had a song called "Fired Up" or whatever that was featured on Grownish.
Yeah, so that's what I was kind of mentioning earlier. When my music slowed down, I had started getting into the sync world, and when I didn't want to put out another single because Important was still doing so well. I teamed up with this company in Portland, Oregon, and they now pitch all my music. And Fired Up was one of the songs that I did, and they were able to sync it with Grownish. More recently, a lot of GMC new cars. GMC has been syncing my music to literally every new car that has came out in the past 2 to 3 years. Fast and Furious 9 used another one of my songs for my EP Shine that's out on all platforms. So yeah, and that actually happened like in the midst of my dad dying. So I didn't.
So how long ago was that? Did you drop?
He
Did you
died
drop out?
July the 8th.
July 8th. Okay.
July the 8th of
Condolences.
2021. Um, yeah. And so in that time frame, that's when the Fast and Furious 9 thing had happened. And shortly after that, we started taping. And I just want to say, because I've been reading the feedback and stuff like that, but like, I really didn't want to be there. Like, I did not, to be genuinely honest, when it was time to start taping, I wasn't ready. Like, I don't think people really get to see the true characters of me. They saw some characters of me, but I'm really a ball of fun. And because I was in such a mourning space, I really didn't want to be there. I didn't know no day. My brother had to fly. I was in a bed for 3 months. And my
Oh,
brother had to fly to Vegas and physically get me out of bed the day before taping because I wasn't going. I didn't care. I was finna pass up the whole opportunity.
what? You
Unless
getting a
you
lot of
have a
love and
dad like
condolences
my
in the
dad,
chat
I
right
don't
now.
think you would understand. Like I don't, and I'm gonna try not to get emotional on her, but like
It's okay.
unless you experienced my father, like nobody that has not experienced it would understand how painful this has been for me. I'm much better now, but at that time, even when I think about how hurt I was at that time, we almost lost my dad 13 years ago.
Mm.
He had a heart transplant,
Oh,
and he had a very bad heart. He was one of the first 5 people in the world to get what they call the heart mate. So it's
okay.
like a battery operated heart
Wow.
that these tubes go into your and operate as your valves and pump blood into your heart. And these batteries had to be in exchanged every 8 hours, things like that, before his heart transplant.
Right.
And so my dad had like made history in the city of St. Louis and in the Missouri heart transplant
Mm.
um, system. Even donate life, like he is known almost throughout the whole United States for the changes that he made in organ and tissue donation and heart transplant and vascular services that people receive when they have heart traumas and knee transplants and things like that. But overall, my dad was the most giving, loving, caring person on earth that they like to say he never met a stranger and that everybody he met was his best friend. And that's
Well,
how I've led my life and meet people. And a lot of people say the same thing about me. Like we are just welcoming and always helping. And our intentions is to always touch the lives of the people around us. Like
absolutely.
I was built on morals and love and respect. Um, and we are just a really I'm fortunate to come from a really good family that just so happen to comes from a really fucked up place. So I'm like the good seed that was found in the rough, in the diamond in the rough of a
Yes.
very fucked up place. That's why a lot of people be like, "Oh, you from St. Louis? You savage?" I'm like, it ain't on me, but it's in me. Don't
Hello.
play with me because it can come
Hello.
out. Like,
Oh my
as you saw a few
goodness.
signs. But yeah, the last the upcoming was it the last episode? Last episode you saw I brought in his urn, and that was actually his and that I guess because I broke down it didn't come out, but that was actually his heart day. That was the day he had received his heart transplant.
Oh.
He also received his heart transplant on my brother's birthday. So that was the reason I brought the urn in was
Okay. It makes a lot of sense now.
yeah, that
Okay.
I saw people saying, "Oh, she did that for empathy because they was mad at her." That was already planned out. That was my brother's birthday, and the day my dad received his heart. I'm used to being with him on that day. We celebrate that like it's his second birthday. You
Right.
know what I mean? So that was the first time without him actually being here on Earth. And I wanted to bring him into the salon so he could be a part of what he helped build. My dad was my business partner. He was my best friend. He gave me every dime to start this business.
Wow.
He helped me with all my business documents and paperwork. We talked every single day. Like if you got a homegirl you talk to every day, mine was my daddy.
Okay.
If I stubbed my toe, I could call and be like, Daddy, I just stubbed my toe. He'd be like, oh, baby, put some ice on it. It's okay. You want me to fly out there and rub for you? Like, my daddy was mine. He belonged to me. Like, he was married to my mama for 40 years, but he was married. I mean, he belonged to me. He was mine.
He was yours.
That was my daddy. So,
wow.
Really was not in the best space at all during this entire taping. I didn't want to be bothered. A lot of times you hear them say she's isolating herself. They pieced it together well, but it was a lot of times I was just sitting in the corner quiet, wasn't talking to nobody. I didn't care if I was on camera or not.
What? Yeah, they pieced it together very well then. Yes. Because I see you a lot of times just sitting at the table, making your clothes in your own world, doing your own thing. Yeah, so I do. Now that I think about it, I do realize
that was me most of the season until they drew me into some bullshit.
Well, let's get
good at shutting the world off and working.
Bullshit real quick then. So let's go back. First of all, let's start right from the beginning. Something very precious that I thought. So the day that the salon opened, you come, you get Jamie, and you're bringing her out the house and everything for her first time in 2 years. As a really close friend to her, what was that like in that moment for both of y'all?
For me, I can't speak for Jamie, but for me, it was like a dream come true because out of everyone, I actually spent the pandemic with Jamie. I moved here during the pandemic for Jamie. So I've been by her side this entire time through the ups, the downs, the DeMarco, the not being able to walk, to going into being able to walk. I was there for all of it. So to see where she came from when she couldn't walk to all the way now, the cameras is lit and we walking out the door and it's time. It was like surreal and so exciting. Like all that jumping up and down and screaming you saw was real, was no acting. I really was excited for her and ready to just be outside. I had been begging her for months. That's why she told the producers, like, yo, when I leave, Double O got to be the one to come get me because I promised her the day I leave out, I'm going to leave out with her. And so that's how I ended up being the one to pick up Jamie.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you moved in with her. Was DeMarco there or were you there first?
DeMarco was there.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah.
Well, that says a lot right there. If she needed you, he was already there. That says a lot right
there. DeMarco was there.
So the moment where y'all get to the salon and y'all see
let me wait. I'm sorry. Let me go back. He wasn't living there. He moved in when I moved out. I'll say that.
Okay.
But he was there actively.
Okay, got you. Okay, now I get it. Okay, so y'all get to the salon. She sees it for the first time. You see it for the first time. What was that like? Finally seeing everything.
I was excited
for the first time.
I was excited and really impressed because, again, like, Jamie always said she did that from the bed. But when I met Jamie had a whole team of girls around her. So doing it from the bed also included she had about 7 pairs of legs going to check everything, move everything, hang everything, move this over to the left. Like, FaceTiming them designing this salon. This particular time, she didn't have that. So when I walked into the salon, I was like, really impressed that she had done this from the bed. And I know I could have never. My anxiety would have made me figure out how to get up and get to the salon to see what was going on. Honestly, I don't think nobody mentally in this cast could have been able to do and accomplish what Jamie accomplished from the bed.
Absolutely.
Just because of the type of women that we are, you know what I mean? Like we are hands-on, heavily involved, all of us kind of controlling, so I don't think we would have been able to do it. Like, so I was extremely impressed, like, and proud of her, first and foremost, because those 3 months prior to that, I had not seen Jamie either. So
Oh, okay.
because I was mourning since my dad died, I was in St. Louis from June to October. Yeah.
And y'all started filming what month? In October?
November to January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
dope.
So I had not seen her. The first time I had seen her since her birthday in June was, yeah, when we walked in the salon, when I picked her up.
Aw. So that was a really nice moment. I got to get back together and experience this moment together.
Yeah. It was surreal. It was definitely a vibe and a moment.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. Okay, so now that we're in the salon and she sees things, well, all the girls have noticed, the shampoo chair is too small. We can't get the pedicure chairs in. Like, do you think that the other girls underestimated for what she had already done and was just nitpicking? Or do you think that was really necessary had everything had to be up to par that moment?
I was shocked that they expected it to be ready. Like, I was definitely shocked that they didn't think that they had to come in and do nothing. Like, I didn't even expect that. And maybe because I know Jamie a little more, but also it was like, if anybody moving to a new space, like, you still got to organize your area. So everything ain't going to be up to par. But because I like to play devil's advocate all the time, Jamie did drop the ball on measuring the whole door situation. And it's some off camera stuff that I probably can't say as to why them chairs didn't come in, right? Okay. Like, it was some things out of everybody's control as to why them chairs didn't get through that door. You know what I mean? Like, even production's control. Like, something took place, and that's why the chairs didn't make it in. So we had to roll with it. We had to roll with it. We had to roll with it.
We see DeMarco finally get them in, though.
It was almost like, let me say without saying. Let's say you move somewhere, right? And you order furniture, and then you find out you gotta move somewhere else because something happened over here, but you already ordered this furniture.
Okay. I think I'm reading between the lines a little bit. Okay, I'm with you.
What we gonna do? We can't cut the glass down. We gotta try to fix this shit because the furniture ain't going back. Like,
that makes sense.
So we just had to figure it out. And I think in the process of the movie, nobody thought about them chairs no more because they was already ordered and measured for the first space.
Make it make sense here. He would love to see 007 on an episode of The Locker Room. So The Locker Room is another show that I do, a little series. And we talk about love, relationships, life, all types of things, whatever the topic is. But make it make sense. He's on here. I'm actually starting a new show called Melanin and Mimosas. And it's going to be up with all women. So that might be something I would love to have you on.
Definitely hit me up. Let me know.
Absolutely.
I love me a good mimosa now.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's get into some of the scenes that we have seen so far that have been talked about the most. So let's start with you asking BB to hook you up for, and she says, styles, so says she don't use her services for free. You said, look, baby, I pay like I weigh, so what's good. Yeah. What was that whole situation about? Was there anything editing that we should have seen how that really went down?
You said BB, but it was Taj.
Yeah, I just corrected myself. Styles.
Okay, sorry. So I was actually shocked. I did, after looking back at it, I was like, maybe she rehearsed that line or something. because it was just waiting to use it on somebody because I bit the bait. But to be truthful and honest, I don't wear makeup for real. I barely got makeup on now.
Right.
I put makeup in 2 spots, under my eyes and right here. Literally nowhere else. And I put on a little shadow today to be cute. But, but the issue was that, and they edited it down so crazy, like, but my brother and Cheese, A-Love's guy, was trying to get them chairs in. And if you remember, I was like, oh, don't scrape it, pick it up, don't drag it. I was doing a lot of that, like directing them, like, lift it up, turn it this way, try this, try that, like assisting them. And that's just the kind of family we come from. Like, my brother wasn't getting bothered or irritated by me, but the girls were. And I guess let A-Love tell it, Cheese was too. But my mama not gonna call no her nephews or brothers or cousins over to come help her do something and just leave the room. They was like, let men be men, leave them alone. What you gonna call them over here for and they control how they do it? I'm like, I'm just trying to help. They scraping her shit across the ground, like. And right. So for me, because I didn't want to keep having a girl say shit to me, I was trying to, in my mind, distract myself. I got ADHD in real life. I have adult ADHD. I was diagnosed with ADHD at 13, and wow. It has grown with me in my life throughout my adulthood. So I can get anal about certain things and be anally focused on something, or I could be easily distracted. And because I know that about myself, I caught myself trying to easily distract myself by turning to Taj like, well, Taj, can you do my makeup today? And that's what that turned into. I really could care less about getting my makeup done in real life, but I really just wanted, and she cut me off. I really was about to ask her, tell her I had my own product and I just want my eyes done. How much you gonna charge me? I didn't get to that.
Oh, okay. So you had it all ready to lay it out for her.
Yeah.
You didn't get there.
Because I have ADHD, I think out scenarios 12 different ways, and then I pick one. Like, literally, I will think about something from your eye, my eye, a stranger's eye point of view, and then pick one, the most logical one. And something was like, just distract yourself from this chair because otherwise you ain't gonna stop.
Right.
And that turned into a shit show, as you saw. But yeah, I was highly offended. And it was another interview I heard. I don't watch none of their interviews, which I probably should. But I was told that in an interview by one of my friends that she said she later apologized to me and we hugged it out.
It was, I remember exactly what that was. It was actually one of when her and BB talked before the show, the bougie whatever, she had talked about that, and she said what they didn't show was that y'all hugged it out and apologies were made.
She lied.
Yeah.
She lied. She never apologized to me. After that, they recollect, like, was like, all right, y'all, everybody come over here and we're going to change the subject because the guys were still working on the chairs in real life. So when we got all around the desk, they didn't show this scene, but we got all around the desk, and Taj, what she did say to me was, said something about, I know you really hurt and I could just see it in your face about your dad. I just, and gave me condolences.
Okay.
And I cried, and everybody else gave condolences. And then the phone rung out the blue. We didn't even know the phone was hooked up, and nobody was there. And we all made a joke that was my daddy calling, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, wow.
And then we went on about the day. I never got no apology. And if I did, I don't remember that shit. I do remember the condolences that led into the tears, that led into the phone ringing, that led us to the next scene.
Right.
But nobody never apologized for snapping on me like that. Ever. I promise you.
Oh my. Well, now we know, y'all. Now we know. Okay. So let's get into the whole scene with the paid clients. That was blown up so big.
I don't like
How
the way
was
they
it for
edited that
y'all
either.
in real life?
I don't like the way they edited that either.
Tell
Okay.
me about it, because and even one of the people in the chat says they don't like the way the show is edited. Is weird.
Yeah, they need to put out some more deleted scenes, I think. Because I think the show is really good, but it's so many missing parts that have y'all wondering, and then we got to get in interviews like this and tell you what the hell happened.
Right. That's why I
But
need this interview, because I'm trying to get the whole story here, because I know how editing is.
yeah, so let's start from the beginning. The night
Okay.
before, A Love and I went to dinner. In real life, this was our first dinner. First, me and A Love in 2 years.
Okay.
We had gotten into it for my birthday in 2020. Yeah, 2020 when the pandemic happened. We got into it. And I ain't talked to her since my birthday.
Okay.
In 2020. But that was our first dinner. We sat down, we went to Korean barbecue. I got videos of her sleeping in the restaurant and some more shit. It was a good time. But I had brought to her attention and was like, tell me if I'm tripping. Like, is Taj a little irritating with this my bag? I'm here for my bag. This paid client shit. Like, this shit had really been going on for 3 days. And nobody
Oh.
had said shit. And I'm very non-confrontational, believe it or not. Like, I run from drama. Like I said, I'll go isolate myself and pretend nobody's in the room with me. That's how I deal with shit. I don't face confrontation well. I just don't. I just rather you be wrong and me and God know, and I keep it pushing. That's the real me.
Right.
But I brought it to A-Love because I kind of do that sometimes. When I feel some kind of way, I'll go to the person I feel safest talking to and be like, tell me if I'm tripping. Do she keep doing this, or am I being sensitive? Because I know I could be overly sensitive. And I do be tripping and being oversensitive. And so I will go to my friends and be like, tell me if I'm tripping or being too sensitive, but is this really happening? And A-Love was like, yeah, I really don't like that shit either. Now that you mention it, she do keep doing this shit, blah, 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 right? Fast forward next day, now we on camera.
Gotcha.
Taj, pay attention, Taj did it again. BB kind of just jumped on the bandwagon with her, kind of like backed her on it, like they're paid fucking clients. Like, these are genuinely paid clients. And to us, me hearing it after 3 days was like, why do you keep saying that? Like, explain to me what's the difference in your client and my client, because I got a relationship with mine.
Right.
And you don't, because my client's still paying too. Like, I don't do shit for free either. Like, why do we got broke bitch on our forehead? Like, why do you think that we want free shit or do free shit? Like, I don't know. It was just offensive because it was continuously being said. BB just so happened, because when I mentioned it to A-Love, I didn't even say mention BB. I was talking about Taj, because Taj was the one who was keeping that, oh, I got the biggest, baddest clients and my clients paying day to day. It was just too much. It was like, pop your shit with somebody you ain't with you in the same, sitting next to you. Pop your shit on Instagram. Don't pop your shit on me. Because if I pop my shit, like, I can sit back and make 15 grand and do nothing. My music pays me well.
Right.
Like, but I don't do that. I don't. And I said all of that to them in that moment. They edited all of that shit out. But yeah, if you go back and look, me and A-Love kind of looked at each other and was like, and I knew she was finna have it. She was finna let them have it. I knew it. And somebody asked me, did you bait A-Love to do that for you? And I was like,
what? Someone really asked that?
Yeah, a friend of mine, not nobody on social media.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, because if you did, it's genius. And like getting people to operate for you. And I was like, I ain't gonna say I baited her because I'm not a baiting type of bitch, but I knew if I brought it to her attention and it happened again, A-Love was gonna say something. Okay. I did know that. I did tell her no. I did tell her that, knowing that if it happened again, she gonna say something so I don't have to. And I let her.
That's
I let her. I didn't know it was gonna turn into smacking bitches and talking about, like throwing threats and shit. I didn't think it was gonna escalate to that. But she did what I knew her to do. That's what she do.
Right.
Like, that's her character, not mine. So she just did what I knew she was gonna do. Now, what I will say is, you see me go from calm to real turned up.
Right.
I got into it with BB right after that too.
Shit.
They cut that out. And that's how I went from 0 to 10 so quick. And they made it seem as though, which was a good thing, because I really was sticking up for Jamie. But they got rid of the whole turn up of me. Like, because it was more or less like, when A-Love stormed out, I was still calm. I was like, look, and A-Love, because I felt responsible. I was like, look, what I was trying to say was, look, in A-Love's defense, like, I know why she turned up like that, because I brought this to her attention the night before.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get to say that. As soon as I said, look, BB, in A-Love's defense, she cussed me out. She was like, that's your problem, Double O. You always trying to speak for somebody and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, see, yeah, I really am not A-Love. I'm really not going to argue with you. Jamie, teamwork makes the dream work. And I started talking to Jamie about teamwork make the dream work. Like, we need to figure this out. Like, da da da. And BB says, I'm not here to be on your team, Double O. And I was like, if you ain't here to be on Team Double O, you ain't here to be on Team Baby Doll, because I'm on Team Baby Doll. Period. Like, this is a team. And she said it again. I'm not here to, you heard her on the show, I'm not here to be on no team. And that's what sent me through the roof. But it also was a trigger and a trauma, because I was there when the old bitches was there, stealing from Jamie, talking bad about Jamie, really not being a team player. And it brought a fear in me and Jamie, because Jamie went off too. They edited all this shit out.
Oh, wow. What?
Yeah, it was the whole team thing. That kind of like, if anything, did this to me and Jamie Hart, because we remember what she had just went through with these old bitches who she don't even associate with no more.
Okay. Now I remember when I interviewed A-Love, she had mentioned other girls. So are these the girls that were supposed to be a part of the show in the beginning that you talking about?
Jamie's Salon has been in existence for over 6 years in Vegas. So the pandemic is what shut her down. We had this TV opportunity. Jamie had this TV opportunity before the pandemic.
Right.
And handpicked each one of us. There were 2 white girls at first, and Jamie replaced the 2 white girls with Taj and BB.
Okay.
And I think there was a production call, not a Jamie call. I think it was like not working or something. I don't know. But yeah, there were other girls, and I'm not even talking about them. These were Jamie's actual employees. Some of them lived and worked for her. Lived with her and worked for her. And if you read her book, you'll see stories about her saying she was kidnapped and held at gunpoint.
Yeah, I just ordered it, actually.
This was from like these girls' baby daddies and shit. Like, just the crazy shit. Like, Jamie went through some shit that I watched. I helped her out of. Like, I don't be wanting to tell her business like that. I'd rather you go read the book, because
I hope to interview her too.
Yeah. I hope you do. Jamie's not gonna and I think she'll be okay with me saying this, but this has been a lot for Jamie. And I don't think she's gonna do any more interviews until after the finale.
I will wait. No problem.
Yeah, but those girls were horrible to her. So that was more like, when BB said that, it was like a heart crunch on me and Jamie, because it was like, oh, it's her or me at this point. She got to go. Like, what do you mean you're not here for a team? But it works itself out. I'm gonna just say
that. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so let's get into. I want to get your side of the story of Fishgate. The whole fish thing. Who ate the fish? Where the
Catfish.
fish go? Catfish. Let's talk about the catfish.
First of
What
all, tell me what you know about the catfish.
Well, from what A-Love told me when I asked her, she said the whole thing about it wasn't just you and her because she said other I think she said Astra was involved. I'm not sure who else she said else
Just
was
Astra
involved,
out of the
but it
cast.
was a whole thing that they had came to see you. You were supposed to have them staying at your house. Then you didn't when other people came, and it was just a whole big thing.
All right. So you ready for some truth? Not fabricated. This the raw ass truth. We're gonna start from the beginning.
Okay.
I invited A Love and I believe Astra to come down here. And actually, I didn't invite them. Let me start over. Production told us that we needed to get together and start doing some content.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And they were coming to Vegas and I offered my home to them.
I
A
think she
Love,
did mention something about production getting y'all together to yeah, okay.
yeah.
So that's part of true.
I opened my home to them. They stayed out all night. They called me the next day. A Love called. I think A Love stayed one night. I want to say, yeah, because she showered here and everything. All her clothes were here and everything. A Love called me and started asking me to grab stuff for her, out her bag, and I was just like, well, friend, because I mind you, I got my own bag, and at this time, I had just been diagnosed with lupus. My whole body is aching and in pain. And sorry, not sorry, I was in my lady moment of the month. Okay?
Okay.
I'll never forget this because my ex-girlfriends at the time was out of town. And this was my first weekend in my apartment here. We had just moved to Vegas. Well, my
Okay.
ex-girlfriends had just moved to Vegas. And
Mm-hmm.
I had moved out of Jamie's spot and moved with my girlfriends.
Gotcha.
And we didn't even have no furniture. All I had was a bed and a table and chair set. Okay,
Okay.
like we literally had just moved in, like within days. A Love asked me to start grabbing all this shit, and I was like, "Do you want me to just grab your stuff?" Because all she brought with her was a duffel bag, but she wanted me to get 5 out of 8 items out the bag. So I'm like, "You want me to just bring you your bag?" And she was like, "Yeah." I brought her bag, and she started telling people that I put her out and didn't want her to stay with me.
Oh, damn.
That's on my daddy's soul. But me, I was getting frustrated because she kept saying, grab my brush and grab that dress and grab my shoes and grab this and grab that. And I'm like, I'm just gonna grab all your shit so you got everything with you. And that wasn't me putting her out. That was just me getting frustrated with grab this, grab that, grab this, grab that.
Mm-hmm.
So later it came out, and I didn't know this at the time. It came out during taping that I supposedly made her feel uncomfortable, like I didn't want her in my house.
Oh, okay. Got
That was
that.
some bullshit and some misunderstood bullshit because at the end of the day, I already didn't feel well. I was pushing through for production and I had my own shit to grab. And you're asking me to grab miscellaneous things when I could just put everything in your one bag and bring it to you. But she
Makes
likes
sense.
to create things and make them up in her head and tell other people and they believe it. That's the God honest truth. So after that, mind you, I worked for Jamie, right? I did Jamie's meal preps every day.
Okay.
I worked out with Jamie every day. When they came to do what we needed to do at Jamie's house, I cooked for everybody. I took specific food and showed it to Astra and said, Astra, this is Jamie's meal prep for tomorrow. Do not let nobody get this out of the refrigerator. Anything else that's left on the stove, y'all can have. I put it away. I came back the next day. It's blenders in the sink. Mind you, I work for Jamie. So if y'all leave this motherfucker a mess, who y'all think gonna have to clean it?
Yeah.
Okay?
Got it. Yes.
Look in the refrigerator thinking that her meal is in here for lunch. And it's gone. I call Astra. Astra. I thought I said don't eat Jamie's food. What happened to the catfish? Where is the catfish and cabbage I put up for Jamie? I don't know. Call A-Love. I seen some people making some plates and da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, but I specifically told you, don't let nobody eat this shit. Call A-Love. I know A-Love like the back of my hand. A-Love don't know me. But I literally, because of my ADHD, study the fuck out of people. And it's also the reason why I sit in the corner and be quiet. Because I'm a Pisces and I'm very observant.
Okay.
And I learn and read people. It's a gift that I have. I literally have a gift of prophecy, which is why I'm so glad I wasn't there for the psyche, because I don't deal with that shit. But long story short, I know A-Love like the back of my hand. God is my witness. I call her with the most calmest voice as I possibly could, because I already knew it was finna be some shit. Even calling her about the catfish, I knew. But I'm always trying to stay down here, thinking she'll stay down here with me. And that never happens. Hey, love, just calling you to see if you know who ate the catfish. You calling me about some goddamn catfish? Catfish cost $6. We rich over here, bitch. We don't eat catfish. Da, 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 da. Now you're insulting me.
Oh.
Because, bitch, I'm from the Midwest. I was born on the river. All we eat is catfish. Fuck you mean? Like, fuck you mean? Like, we eat catfish, bluegill.
And they're all catfish to me,
like, what the fuck? And this wasn't no frozen catfish fillets. This was whole live catfish, because we in Vegas. I couldn't find no catfish fillets nowhere. And had to go to the seafood market and pick up these big ass fucking catfish, had him cut this shit up, and then come home and cook this shit. Still got skin on it. I'm mad about that because I ain't used to that shit. But I'm in Vegas, so I got to cook and eat, and how I know whatever I can do, I just did it. Okay.
Okay.
But I was pissed, and it was more so less like, I'm here to actually do a job, and y'all came over here to kick. And when I came in to do my job the next day, y'all had extra work for me to do. Plus, what I prepared for Jamie is gone. So now I got to find food, go cook, got to go to the grocery store. I can barely walk around this motherfucker because I got arthritis and lupus and all this other shit, and I need to quit saying, thank God I just found out. You probably the first person I told this to. I was misdiagnosed with lupus. I have neuropathy, rheumatoid arthritis, and degenerative joint disease in my elbows.
Okay, wow.
But I don't have lupus. But all of them is in the same family and kind of give you the same symptoms, apparently. But yeah, I was tired and I was pissed. So yes, I called her about some catfish. And that's why she think we got into it. But in all honesty, she came to my birthday after that and acted an ass. My ex-girlfriends was there. After that, we had a back and forth on social media, on Facebook, and I don't do that on my personal Facebook page. It's mostly family, church folks, people I went to school with, and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't do that on that page. Them people don't know. They found out about me when they tuned into this show.
Right.
Okay? Like, literally, right. I'm the quiet church girl to them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But like my church family, my dad went to the same church since I was 4 years old. Like my parents went to the same church. So all these people, I went to the church at school. I went to you know what I mean? Like all these people is like family to me. And I've had the same people in my life since birth. All my friends I've had since I was a child. Mm-hmm. Literally. So I don't really have these issues that I be having on this show with people, because all the people I know have known me my whole life. And they know the true character of me, where I come from, who I come from, my family, history. St. Louis, we like superstars in St. Louis. So, like, our family is real honorable in the city of St. Louis. And we, like, high up out there. So, okay. I just
So are
listen
you
to
Baptist, Pentecostal? What are you?
non-denominational. Well,
Okay.
now I'm just spiritual. I'm not religious at all. Yeah, I'm not. I
I
still pray to
get
Jesus.
I get that.
I still pray to Jesus, but in the name of Jesus, but I can't do church, religion, none of that. Cause I feel like it's just a form, another tool created by man to separate us as a people. Like sexuality, like race. Like I'm not a part of any of that. I don't have political conversations. I don't have religious conversations. It's
None of
starting
that.
to look like I can't even have racial conversations either, because every time I say something about me being black, it's a problem. So
And it's never that. Yeah, Natasha says the show made it seem like Double O was just mad over a catfish plate.
no,
Yes.
I was not just mad over a catfish plate. It was Jamie's meal prep, and they tore the fucking house up. They had liquor, and I had to come clean up after them like they kids, and they grown. And it's a lot that Jamie don't speak on either. Like Jamie is just learning to stick up for herself, starting with DeMarco. She hasn't
Amen.
even done it with the girls really much. On the show she did, she started, and sometimes a couple times she went a little overboard, but like maybe with the Astra thing, I believe, like, I understand why
I
her
wanted
feelings
to
is.
get your take on that whole Astor moment. First of all, did everyone in the salon actually hear it, or was it just Jamie?
It was
Because
me
I
and Jamie.
think A-Love has said it wasn't even like it was people in the salon at the time. They just showed people in the
No,
salon during
they
that moment.
was in the salon, but A Love was on the where you see her sitting with Cheese and her friend and a couple other people. They were sitting on the other side of the salon. They could not hear her. Me
Okay.
and Jamie was sitting on the couch and could hear her.
Okay.
And when she said it, I looked at Jamie. Jamie looked at me and was like, "Oh, she got me fucked up." And I was like, "Oh shit!" So when Astor came out of the dressing room, she was I was laughing like, "Ooh, you in trouble." That's why she was like, "Oh my God, I'm scared." They cut that out because I was acting like a kid. I was like, "Ooh, bitch, you in trouble. You finna get it put in detention, you boy." But they cut that out. And so she said that. I was like, "Ooh, I'm scared." But I feel like she did go too hard. Now, in that moment, I don't feel like it was like another scene that they kind of cut out. But when Astra really said something about it later, when all of us were sitting around each other, Jamie kind of went too hard, and it was kind of like, to know Astra to know she don't mean no malice. So if she's apologizing and then telling you like, "Friend, you know I didn't mean that like that," like because I know Astra, I would take her word for that.
Right.
A-Love, Jamie was adamant about, "You hurt my feelings. I didn't like that, and I better never hear it again," type attitude. And she was sticking to it. So what I'm gonna tell her, this her shit. If that hurt her in that capacity, you're dead ass wrong to tell somebody that how they hurt you ain't right. Like if you hurt me and I'm telling you you hurt, this is me A-Love problem. If you disrespect me and you hurt me, you're dead ass wrong for telling me that I'm wrong for the way you made me feel.
Facts. I get
You need
that.
to humble yourself and apologize and realize that you can make mistakes too. Period. And that's kind of like what the shit be going on. Like even with the blurting out my business shit, like this is my first time telling the world that I've been with women. My mama, my cousins, my church family. I just came out to the whole world for the first time.
Right.
And you gonna just volunteer extra details and get in visuals?
Yeah. Okay.
Why the fuck do you think you get to do that? We ain't cool like that. You don't get to tell my business. I know your business too. I got videos, I got all kinds of shit of you doing crazy shit I would never show nobody. Cause I fuck with you. And even if I don't fuck with you, I'm still not the type of bitch that's gonna out you like that. Like I don't fuck with bitches that get mad at you and then go, run to everybody else you to say they just, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
Mm.
you running around telling Jamie all of Jamie business. Girl, when? And what have I told you that I ain't tell on TV? And because I'm a boss bitch, I cover my ass with my friends. Everything I've ever opened my mouth and told anybody, I called Jamie right after, like, girl, don't be mad. I just told A Love what DeMarco did. I'm that
Okay.
bitch. You think you got one up on me because you think I done told you some shit that Jamie don't know that I done told you? I'm not that type of friend. I'm not a fake ass bitch. I come from the show me state. And we pride on being honest people, because if somebody in St. Louis pulled my whole card and I can't back up what the fuck I said, my reputation is squashed. And because of my family and who I am and what I come from, I can't even walk around on no flaky fake shit.
Gotcha.
Like, I just can't. Like, I'm the most overly honest person. I be too honest that most people gonna ever meet. I'll be too honest, too loyal, too passionate about other people's shit. And that's the real problem with me. That's my real problem.
Well, damn. All right. Now, you've mentioned throughout talking a little bit, you say that you know A-Love, but A-Love don't know you, and y'all ain't really like, and it ain't really like that with y'all. So, can you explain y'all relationship and history? Because you've been very vocal on your lives, saying things about her during the scenes and all that. So, I want to get into the whole thing that's happened, because the first two episodes, it's like, oh, I just love these girls. A Love and Double O is like this. They cool, whatever, just besties. And then, like, the last episodes, we see y'all getting into it a lot. So explain y'all real relationship and history. Because I know you said that she said a lot of things about you in the past, and she continues to do that, and so forth like that.
So when Jamie hit me up for this opportunity, I came to Vegas, right? I was still living in LA. I was like one of the first girls to do our little confessionals. And when I came out, A Love walks up to me and was like, I just want to tell you that I love you and I manifested this friendship. I want to, I just knew that one day I was going to meet you and we was going to be friends. Boom. That was it. I was like, oh, okay. Never heard of her. Didn't know nothing about her. She's like many people, no patting myself on the back or being cocky about it, but like many people who meet me be like, they already know me because I'm Mz007. So after everybody taped or whatever, I actually rode down with production, so I didn't have my car in Vegas. A Love had a car. She also, we medicate. So I jumped in a car with her homegirl. Um, um, and we kicked it. We kicked it like we had known each other forever, like we was the best of friends. And our best of friends and twins is what it was looking like. Second time we met, Jamie had shortly after a Halloween party. And I think in the interview I just said we only met once before we met BB and Taj, but it was actually two. But I always try to forget about the second time at the Halloween party because that was when we first got into it.
Okay.
First time we got into it was the second encounter with each other. Now, mind you, let me just rewind back. The first time we met, we kicked it. Like most of after taping all day, and then I went to sleep. We all stayed at Jamie's house. Her and Astra stayed up and partied all night. And when I woke up, they was gone.
Okay.
I stayed with Jamie a couple more days, and that's how me and Jamie developed our bond. And I got to figure out and observe all these other bitches that were staying with her, and was like, "Friend, none of these hoes is here for you." She had even got into it with the main girl while I was there.
Mm.
Like they was talking real shady behind her, around her, and I was just laying around listening to this shit. Nobody knows me. I barely know Jamie, but
Right.
they just talking their shit around me, and I'm just looking at this shit. So fast forward, second time we meet. Met at Jamie's Halloween party. At this time, I had a different girlfriend, my first girlfriend, and A Love was pretty much like, I don't like you when you domesticated because you're not as much fun.
Oh,
And so she kind of was acting real, like, you know, the friend who don't want you to have your boo with you when y'all kicking it.
okay.
That's what she was acting like. And then my girl had got sick, so I left. I didn't even get to hang out with them. Astra had rolled down with us to Vegas and everything for the Halloween party. But she stayed with A Love, and me and my girl stayed at Jamie's house.
Okay.
And again, this was my second time staying with Jamie, getting into her. We all kicked it over. They came over Jamie's house the next day. We kicked it at Jamie's house, and we had a blast. But we still had gotten into it that night before. So the second encounter with each other, we got into it because she didn't want me to be domesticated. The third time we met each other was when we met BB and Taj, and we came back to do the pilot.
Okay.
Got into it the third time. Every time I have encountered this woman, we get into it. Primarily because, and I this is what I every producer before BB and Taj came along, every you'll hear us maybe mention a name Cole. He was like our point two person when we ever need to talk about something, have an issue with the production. Everybody, Astra, everybody knows. Since I've met A Love, my whole thing been about her is that I feel like the people she accustomed to being around in Arizona and San Diego have all been beneath her. These are
Okay.
all people that she can control and make them move how she wants them to move. She has that ability and that demeanor to do so. People need her. You know what I mean? She might be at the highest rank where she is in her environment. But when she get around other bosses, she start trying to treat them like them other people. And I wasn't having that shit. So
Okay.
I would be like, you really give me vibes like you've never really been around no other bosses, like you used to being around people who need you or people who just like yes men to you. And I'm not the type of bitch. Like, I don't really need you for anything. And yeah, I'm Mz007, bitch. I'm important. What the fuck? Who you talking to? Like, it became that type of thing every single time we encountered each other. Then it became a thing. Like her whole thing about saying that the things I be saying are not appeasing. I don't know why she haven't put this out there because nothing I say directly affects A Love. Nothing. If you notice, I'm never really talking to her when she gets frustrated with me. I'm, I'm not. I'm living my life doing me. If I offend you, that's one thing. But most of the time, I'm never really talking to her. I'm never really directly affecting her in any way. And then she gets revved up and starts offending me and directly insulting me. But usually, honest to God, it's around me in the way that I talk because I come from a very Midwestern, Southernish state where
Mm-hmm.
it's predominantly black and white. And so A Love doesn't consider herself to be black either. She's Dominican and I believe some Indian, part Indian or something like that. And that's fine, but I'm black. So for you to tell me that I'm not and that I don't know where I come from and that I'm just one of them people that just like to call themselves black and I don't know shit about my ancestry, like I had to shut her down on that too because honey boo boo, I do. Like, we've done the DNA shit. My mom and dad were 85% Ghana and the rest Congoan and 8% British. She's like, oh, so you're African American. I'm like, no, I'm black. No, you're African American. Like, how the fuck you, if I'm African American, you black, bitch. How the fuck you gonna tell me what the fuck I wanna be? When the thing say African American slash black, I check the box and circle black. What am I?
Right.
Black.
What?
Bitch, how you gonna tell me I ain't black? So she gets irritated with people with she's one of those types that don't like to hear people call themselves black or mention black this, black that. And we've even been in the car and had conversations. Mind you, none of our one-on-one conversations get revved up like this ever. This is a
Okay.
in front of people. This is a on camera. This is a when it's just me and her, we be right here like sisters talking. It don't
Gotcha.
never be, she don't scream at me at the top of her lungs. She do that in front of people. And that's
Okay.
another issue that I have. Cause I still ain't told y'all how old I am, but let's just say I'm the oldest in the whole cast, and I don't got time for this childish ass shit.
Oh, damn.
I don't. I'm really a grown ass lady. Okay.
Said I ain't the one.
I'm not, and I'm very outspoken, and I come from a very pro-black family. And yes, a lot of the times it can be uncomfortable, but what's wrong with uncomfortable conversations? People talk about our weight and it's uncomfortable. People talk about black versus white or be scared to say, oh, white people in public because it makes them uncomfortable. But
Mm.
how boring would the world be if we had all the same views? If I
That.
think ranch salad dressing is a black people thing, why does it affect you so much to where you got to disturb the whole goddamn dinner?
I don't like ranch either, to put that out there.
Hello, bitch, don't offer me no
I hate
ranch.
ranch.
I don't want it.
No.
What the fuck is wrong with that? Like, why do you gotta make a big deal? Like, shorty really be pressed about me, and I haven't really figured out why. Like my friends be saying certain things, but I'm so like, girl power, let's do it together. Like, I've always been the person to bring people together, and they're painting this picture of me like I'm just like the outcast, and I don't want to be a part of everybody. And really, it breaks my heart that I can't be, but it's because I'm too old to be trying to change another grown bitch. Like, I let grown people be grown people. And if y'all snobby and jealous or whatever the fuck y'all want to be, y'all can be there without me. I'm thinking the last thing A Love said, she will love me from a distance. Baby, love me from as far away as you can. Can you skip islands? Because you can love me from as far as way as you need to. Because I ain't here for the bullshit. I'm really here to make money and change lives. And really changing lives make more than me, mean more to me than making money, because the money gonna come. I ain't worried about that. Like, I'm genuinely on earth to do a specific thing, and I've done very great at fulfilling my purpose. And I don't like being dragged back to things in ways that I've already healed from as an individual. Like, I used to be angry and mad and fighting people all the time when I was 15, 16, defending myself and being bullied. Nearly committed suicide when I was 14 because people was bullying me and talking about me, and I didn't know how to take it because I was raised in church and in private school most of my life. Like, I've been through a lot, and I ain't finna get in my 30s and let a bitch bully me. And so the change is, people are used to me being quiet and accepting the way that they treat me. And now that I'm speaking up and not receiving just whatever they give it, I'm the problem. And I'll be that. Because I've been through too much and I'm going too far. And I'm really, my vibrations, I'm vibrating so high spiritually that none of this shit really fucks with me anymore.
I hear you.
It doesn't. Like, these girls are really rude. These girls are really mean. These girls are really savage. And I'm not.
Whew.
In real life, I'm really not. It's hard for me to be savage. And when you see me talking my shit, it's because I'm hurt.
Mm. Facts. I get you. Now, speaking of being hurt, you were, so when the girls and everyone got together at Jamie's to cheer her up, and everyone's there, we're having the whole cookie thing. You were supposed to bring the greens, and then the whole greens thing didn't happen.
Baby.
You came in with your bottle. You were having a good, you were in your world, in your moment. What was going through your head that night?
Another thing not captured, which I chose not to speak most about, but in the midst of my father's death, I was going through a horrific breakup, just like Jamie, with a narcissist, with a mentally abusive woman, and her wife, who I was madly in love with.
Oh, okay, you did speak on that briefly at one point.
Yeah, I was in a polyamorous relationship with a lesbian couple. So one I'm madly in love with, and the other one is a narcissist, manipulative person who I still loved, but I learned and grew that I could not be with her. And if I couldn't be with her, I couldn't be with her wife. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through all of that, mourning my dad, mourning my relationship, helping Jamie through her shit. Got to be the best on TV. And, and y'all want to talk about some collard greens? First of all, y'all knew when I left the salon I wasn't making them greens. Secondly, A-Love gets irritated when I tap out. Now, mind you, we wasn't loud at first. I was asking her certain questions about the greens because she had the smoked meat at their place, and so I was just like, "Can you grab the greens and I'll come over and put them in?" She was like, "No." And so I was like, "Okay, I'll just make no." And then it became a question on whether I could make them in 2 hours. We only had 2 hours to make the collard greens, and I was like, "Well, if we only got 2 hours to make the greens, I can make them in the pressure cooker because the whole 2 years prior, Jamie eat collard greens every 3 days. Okay, let's just be clear."
Okay.
I know Jamie's house, kitchen, room, everything back to back. My ID still got her address on it. Okay.
Damn.
I've been cooking them greens in the pressure cooker. Pot roast get done in 45 minutes in the pressure cooker. Okay. So if pot roast get done in 45 minutes in the pressure cooker, the greens gonna get done in about an hour and 30 minutes. And that's no bullshit. The ham hock gonna be falling off the bone. Okay.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Well, I used smoked turkey, but you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a question about that. And she was like, "Well, I don't want no crunchy greens." And because she's so aggressive, that's also a trigger for me from my mother. My mother has a very similar tone as A-Love, like very high pitched and just loud and screaming. Like, if you don't calm down, like I'll be having issues with my mama, like, "Mama, stop talking to me like I'm a dog." Like, for real, because and when I say that, she be like, "I'm sorry, that's just my voice." And I'll be like, "Yeah, mama, but you can't talk to me like that." But A-Love has that same tone.
Okay.
But once she got to revving up talking about she don't want no crunchy greens and she don't know nothing about making greens in the pressure cooker, I was like, "Well, it's okay. I'll make them another day." And then she got upset. When I do that, that kind of triggers her. "Oh, here you go again. Like you always do that." I'm like, "It's cool. I'll just make them another time." And so she swears I said, "Shut the fuck up. God is my witness." What I said was, and they cut it out because of the discrepancy. They showed it to us and cut it out. But because of the discrepancy, what I said was, "I'm trying to figure out why the fuck you still talking to me."
Ah. Okay. Oh.
And
Okay.
she heard, "Shut the fuck up." And said, "Who gonna shut me up?" And I said, "You." And what did she do? Shut herself up and left.
Yeah.
Like
I was like,
I don't be
wow.
having time for this
What
shit.
the hell
But you
happened?
notice every argument how calm I am. Like
You are calm.
I really have high anxiety, but I have learned to control my emotions until I just can't no more. And I try not to get to the point where I can't no more because I've had traumatic situations. I've had to go through therapy. I used to have anger management issues. I tell my close friends in St. Louis all the time, A-Love remind me of the 20-something-year-old me.
Oh wow.
And that's not good. Like, I was very disruptive. I was very like didn't give a fuck. I was very like ready to fight and pop off on whoever. And I had to learn that as I got older and matured, people don't like people like that. Like, it becomes too much, and you can cancel yourself out of some really big rooms being hot headed. And so I went through my therapy and I went to my psychiatrist and I told them, like, I don't know what I gotta do, but I started listening to Abraham Hicks. I started listening to other, spiritual, uplifting, self-help groups and things like that. And I learned how to control my emotions. And if I'm getting big and if I'm getting loud, it's with purpose at this point. I'm not just doing it because that's how I talk. I'm not just doing it because I can. Like, if I am becoming irate, something has happened to me. I am reacting to a trauma that is taking place right in front of me, or reacting to something someone is doing to me. I'm not just popping off the handle because I know how.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. So now that filming has wrapped up, first of all, how do you feel about how you have been shown portrayed so far on the episodes? Do you think that's an accuracy of you?
Yeah, I think this last episode kind of hurt me a little bit. Um, with the calling Astra alcoholic and a drunk, like, and they didn't show my apology. My apology. I apologized twice at that table, and maybe it'll be on this Friday's episode. But the next day in the salon with tears in my eyes because what she expressed to me is that's like a family trauma with her alcoholism, and I never want to trigger people in those ways. I got friends I could be like, "Oh, bitch, an alcoholic ain't shit," and we gonna laugh about that shit. It was in that moment. It was like in that tone more so that's like just calling her out on her shit. Cause I smoke a lot of weed and I'd be damned if somebody pick at me because I smoke weed all goddamn day. That whole season I was high. I ain't gonna lie.
My
Every
kind of girl.
episode I was like, look how little my eyes is. I'm high as shit. Like, you don't even know. I smoke a lot of weed, like, especially then, because I was mourning my dad so heavily. And if I didn't smoke, I was gonna be crying the whole time. Like they was gonna have to carry me off set. Cause I really wasn't thinking about them on no day. It wasn't until somebody said something to me that I was really in that salon. Other than that, I was in my own little corner, in my own little chair, being whatever I wanted to be.
Right. So do you feel things that happen on screen were different off screen? For instance, Ayla mentioned the talk y'all had outside after Mama June and the girls left and called her bitch and all that stuff. She said
Bullshit.
that a conversation on the phone was had before that
Yes.
and everything was cool. But
Yes.
when it came off with the cameras, it was something different and stuff was brung up from the past.
Now, did you or did you not see me say we ain't going backwards?
You did.
And what did she say? I need an example, right? And I'm like, nah, because I don't want to go backwards. And she like, no, but I need an example. So I gave her the most recent example. And my point really was like, what is your respect level different from me and Jamie's? Why is it that when it comes to you having to say something about Jamie, because it was an instance where she was like, did Jamie tell y'all this? Should I say this?
Okay.
And she thought about Jamie's business and exploiting her shit. But when it came to me, it was like, bitch, you didn't have some rubber dick. What is, I just want you, and she could never answer the question. That's why when I called her a bitch, there was a complete diversion from her realizing that maybe I did do something wrong, but I ain't finna let her have it.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And maybe she didn't think like that. Maybe she really is a narcissist. And that's what they do. Maybe because what that really is gaslighting. Like because of my ADHD, I study a lot of psychology because I really want to understand people. I don't even want to understand the way that I think.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So when
Yes.
she did that, looking back at that, in that moment, of course, I couldn't register that. But looking back at that, in that moment, she was deflecting from the fact that she had actually did something wrong. And because I called her a bitch in that moment, but girl, as soon as we walk in, Jamie called us bitch, 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 and you ain't got a problem. So while we arguing, we like that's childish. Children do that. My adult friends, if we laugh and girl, bitch, use a goddamn phone, da, 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 and then we start arguing, bitch, fuck you, da 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 da. She not finna get mad at me calling her a bitch because we mad.
Right.
That's childish. So what she did was divert it to basically distract the whole real argument as to why is it that you don't respect me as an individual and as a person? Why is it that you always got something to say about me to me? Anytime I react, it's becoming like I can't be myself around you. And I got to put on a facade to make you comfortable. And I'm not doing that. I did that for a very long time. I did that. Y'all literally would not know that I was gay if my daddy was still alive.
Okay.
I have been living a life of shelter and kumbaya for my father for 30-something plus odd years. And I'm done with that. I am about to
Absolutely.
authentically, unapologetically be who the fuck I want to be for the first time in my life. And I'm not going to let A-Love nitpick at every little thing I do. If I want to be black, if I think black people don't eat salad, all black people eat salad dressing except me. If I don't give a shit unless I am directly offending you. Leave me the fuck alone. Because it's things that she believe and think is cute that I don't agree with. When I met her, she told me she was a pimp. I don't respect that.
She a pimp for real?
I don't know if she is anymore, but that's the lifestyle she used to. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for me, a woman who stands for nothing but women empowerment, and you say you stand for the same thing, why would I respect you or want to be around you and you believe in pimping? But I never judged you for that. She never even heard me say that. She gonna hear it on her. God is my witness. She never even heard me say that or even knew I felt like that. Because I'm
Oh,
not judgmental. I let her be who she want to be. If you think the sky green, baby, it's green, bitch. I see it too. Whatever. I don't care. I don't judge people. When I said, hey, love, Astra don't be in the room. That's Astra. Astra a little joke. It's funny. It's cute. But it's just because Astra floats to the beat of her own drum. And I don't got no problem with that. I don't judge her for that. She do what she do. I don't give a shit. Why are you so pressed by the way that I move and the way that I think and the way that I feel? Because I'm not directly affecting you.
so do you think that had anything to do with the fact of when she said she to start clean slate, don't want to be twinsies because she feel like there's some type of competition between y'all or whatever?
A-Love ain't nothing for me to compete with. I don't do her. What am I competing with? I'm like for real. If somebody can tell me what the competition is about, then maybe I could kind of feel that. But it's what I don't I don't see it. I really don't.
Can't put your finger on it.
And this is no shade. I just really don't see it. I don't even think we look alike. I think we sound alike. And somebody brought that to my attention on the show. You close your eyes. We both talking on the show. You don't know who is who.
Dang.
Sound alike.
I didn't even think about that, but yep, I can see. Yes, I can.
One of my cousins brought that to my attention because I don't think we look alike. I think we just both fat, black, and pretty. Because even when people in public would be like, y'all twins, I'd be like, why you say that? Because we both fat, black, and pretty. Like, that would be my response. Her response would be, yeah, and I'm the prettier one.
Well, I didn't show up in same print to the girls' night out. I was like, was that planned?
Say that again.
Y'all didn't show up in the same print when y'all had girls' night out. I was like, they don't want to be twinsies, and then they both show up in this. I was like, that was funny.
Definitely not planned. We did that about 3 different times where we came in looking like twins, and we was never planned. I didn't talk to her after set. And I kind of want to go back to something you said about I can't remember, but hey, I forgot. It was something you just said. I can't remember. But yeah, no. Oh, I remember. I don't be bringing up old shit. A-Love keep doing the same shit.
Why
and then be like, she tripping off old shit. And he be like, no, bro. You did the dumb shit again just 5 minutes ago. Some new shit. Like, she don't even know why I ain't fucking with her right now.
Oh.
Jamie won't let me tell her. Jamie won't let me tell her, but A-Love did the fakest shit I ever seen a bitch do. And that's why I don't fuck with A-Love. Now, when she see this, she can try to figure it out. See if Jamie tell her, because my loyalty to Jamie at this point.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, I don't do the fake shit. I just don't. Oh, I know what it was. You said something about our conversation on the phone. I don't do the fake shit. Period. If me and you have a conversation, will you tell me your name again, Latoya?
Toy, yep.
Miss Latoya. If me and you have a conversation and we got an issue and me and you talk about it and we get through it between us, is it fake for you to go have a conversation with somebody else after that and make
Yeah.
it seem like you making a mockery out of me and laughing and still bringing up the shit that you had an issue with, even though me and you done just worked it out?
Yeah.
I can't fuck with a bitch like that.
Okay.
I can't.
Get that. I understand.
And this ain't nothing nobody told me. I actually heard this shit with my own ears. Like, I got to be a fly on the fucking wall on accident.
Wow.
Not even on purpose. On accident, I got to be a fly on the wall for the first time in my life. And her and another girl on the cast had a whole 38-minute and 26-second conversation about me.
Girl, no.
Fakest shit I ever seen in my life. And when I saw that with my own eyes, I was like, yeah, I can't. I'll never talk to her again about my personal life or business. I'll never express, because I was really hurt. For me to express things to you with emotion and tell you that this is what I believe, this is how I feel about my race, this is how I feel about who I am as an individual, and then you go laugh and make a mockery out of the shit with somebody else after me and you just hugged it out. Fuck you. Please pray. Please love me from as far away as you can. Please keep the distance. It's fine.
So if the show gets picked up for a second season,
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna be. I really don't know what to expect. I do know that we can't put our hands on each other or we're gonna get kicked off. So I don't know. But I know I ain't no fake ass bitch. And I'm gonna give what I'm giving. Period. But I'm not finna be faking with nobody. I'm not finna kiki with nobody. Even when we made up after that whole shit, I didn't want to make up then. I had a whole panic attack. They cut that down so big. They had to call a medic for me. That's why I
really?
don't like to get revved up, because I have anxiety. Along with my ADHD, along with depression, along with my rheumatoid issues, I have anxiety, which I gathered from the fucking ex-girlfriends. I never had a panic attack till I was with them bitches.
Damn. Well,
And
damn
now,
you, ex. Damn.
that's why I keep myself calm. I'm telling you, that's why I stay high and keep myself calm. Because
I
I'm not
know
going to
that's
have a
right.
heart attack arguing. I'm too big to be arguing with A-Love. I'm not going to have a heart attack arguing with this bitch. I already got high blood pressure. I'm not finna die.
That's
Oh,
serious shit right there, too.
real talk. But I won't be disrespected either. You will respect me or you will get the fuck on.
Facts. I
Simple as that.
can feel that.
I think everybody else kind of switched up their moves because it's TV, but I'm the same bitch on and off TV. You ain't gonna find no different me.
And I'm glad you brought that up. That's what I wanted to ask you. So when the medium came, Sam and Jamie asked, "Are all these girls here for me?" And she said she feels that they are. Do you think that she got that right?
No.
Do you feel all the girls are there for Jamie?
No.
No?
No. I feel like some of the girls are there to advance their own careers, and when they get what they came to get, they gonna be gone. Jamie genuinely picked these girls because she believed in them. She didn't know them. She met them on Instagram, and most of them reached out to her first. They were fans of her, and over time of her following them, she picked them because she believed in them. And not A-Love, Taj, me, A-Love, and Astra are the original three. Taj and BB are replacements.
That's what A-Love had said. Yep, said they were replacements. Okay.
Second draft picks.
Oh, okay. Say it, girl, say it. Okay, I am going to say a name of one of the girls, and I want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind about them, your first thought. So let's start with Astra.
Bubbly.
She is a lovely girl.
That's it.
Love
You just want to say
Esther.
one word or how I feel
You
about
can say
her?
one thought. One thought. It don't got to be one word. It can
Oh
be like
yeah,
your
she's
thought.
bubbly, life of the party. I love Astra. Astra's my girl. I did offend her on this last episode, and I hope she ain't relived that moment and Mac mad at me again. But I genuinely apologize to her on multiple occasions. She know I love her, and it ain't no shade. If you want to be a drinker, bitch, I'll buy the next bottle. Let's go.
I know that's
You
right.
be drunk, I'll be high, bitch.
Okay. Tosh.
Plead the fifth. I actually used to love Taj, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. But Taj told me some sides of her that is, I don't rock with that. I don't rock with
Isn't
nobody
she
who
like
make
the mama bear of the group?
nah. She ain't never mommy bear me.
Oh,
Ever. Ever. That shit be feeling real fake. Like even with her clients, like that shit be feeling like, man, I'm just really disappointed, man, because I don't dislike nobody. I love everybody with the love of the Lord, but I dislike some people's ways. And Tasha let me see a side of her that really disappointed me and hurt my feelings. Like, not even with the makeup shit. Like, I just can't rock with nobody who think or feel like or act or even treat people like they better than them. Like, period. I ain't better than nobody. We all on the same fucking, in the same line. We all on the same show. We all in the same opportunity. Like, and if anything, I got the biggest platform. If anything, I can open the most doors professionally for a lot of us. But I ain't sitting around talking about that shit. I ain't sitting around acting in those ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really don't know what I got on my sleeve. Like, I really could do a whole lot for us as a team. But a lot of that shit gonna end up happening just for me, which is probably the way it should be. But I'm a team player for real. Like, when I moved to St. Louis, when I moved to LA from St. Louis, I brought half my city with me. Everybody I believed in could tell you about 15 people came and slept on my couch. Like, I don't do the snobby shit. Like, that snobby elitist. Her and BB. Like, you can't, I don't like that shit. You're not better than me. You're not better than anyone. All of us got flaws. All of us fucked up in our own ways. None of us is perfect.
facts.
But bro, don't ever try to make me. Don't ever. Especially Jamie. For BB to say, and I'm sorry to take over this part of your show.
Oh no, because I was about to go to BB next, so you can keep going.
But for BB to say, I'm very long winded too. That's nothing they don't like about me. I talk too much, but it's rooms for people like me. I need my own talk show. How about that?
Okay, I'll be there.
But for BB to say leadership and Jamie don't belong in the same sentence, that broke Jamie heart. That broke Jamie heart, and it broke my heart for Jamie. Because if she didn't have good leadership skills, how the fuck could you be in this room right now? How the fuck could you be on this platform right now? None of us had this opportunity. This was Jamie's opportunity because she went viral, because she had 60 million views. It's impossible to go viral on Snapchat. She even had Ellen DeGeneres messaging her at the time.
What?
Like, listen to me. So many production companies hit up Jamie when this Shake My Beauty is a international a blogger or something like that. And a lot of people see Shake My Beauty, but they did a story on Jamie. I was here for that too. That was when she did her grand opening in 2019 when she moved down Decatur. And I was there. I'm in the video and everything. She got 60 million views on that. And all these production companies start hitting her up. And she rolled with Matador because they made her feel the safest. But this opportunity came to Jamie. Not you. Ain't nobody looking for BB Desire for no TV show. Jamie looked for you. Jamie, the same person you say is not a leader or whose name don't belong. That was the harshest shit. That's the most harshest. I couldn't even believe she said that shit.
I was like, wow.
Like, that was the biggest blow of the whole show.
And I was wondering, was that an editing type thing, or was that exactly
I don't
how
think
it was?
so. I don't know. You have to ask BB, but either way, it came out of her mouth. She said it, which means she thought it, which means she felt it. And for you to feel like that about somebody who has put you on the most biggest platform right now, like WeTV is winning 80 million, streaming in 80 million homes. Like, unless you on VH1, Bravo, or BET, we the next runner up.
Right.
Like this was a huge opportunity. So I would have never put Jamie down like that. Even if I thought it, I would have never said it. And I don't think that of Jamie because none of us could do what she has done. None of us could accomplish what she has accomplished on her deathbed and not being able to walk and dealing with this nigga, like, and his kids. Like, they wouldn't even let us talk about that. Like, the DeMarco plot thickens.
Oh, does it now? But why we on that?
You gotta go read the book.
Why we on that real quick though? Why we ain't get the rest of the stakeout? That was so funny. That
because we didn't find shit. They didn't. That's another thing I feel like they could have edited a little better. We didn't find shit, and so that's how we went into the next day when she was like, maybe I should invite his girls in. Oh no, yeah, and she found all the shit in his phone.
Helen said, "Don't plead the fifth. This is a safe place."
Oh, you late.
Helen be wanting to know stuff. She's a regular that comes here. She's been waiting for this interview with you too.
Oh, Ellen, but I said that so long ago. You must have rewound it or something.
No, I think she's talking about the whole DeMarco and the kids and the plot thickens thing.
I thought she was talking about when I was pleading the fifth on talking about Taj. But yeah, I'd rather you just go buy the book than me sit here and tell you her life.
I will be buying the I got the book on order now, and I will be doing a little slight review on it.
Yeah, I really support Jamie, and I really want her story to get out there. Like a lot of people looking at all of what they see on this show, but the book really tell you all of what she went through up until this moment.
So while we on Jamie, okay, Jamie's name next. What's your first thought that comes to mind?
Too giving, but I love her to death. She is everything. Spoiled brat, diva of divas, bougie of the bougies. Like, baby, you walk in her house, you got about 30 minks and it's just a lot. It's a lot. That baby, it's a lot.
She is everything. She is.
I told her the other day, I said, friend, I did something you would do. And she said, what's that? I said, I went and spent $150 on my nails and my pedicure, but I really should have paid my electric bill. She was like, for what, bitch? You did what you were supposed to do.
Oh, you sound just like her. Oh, my
God. Like, who gives a shit about electricity? You have to be glamorous, darling. Like,
oh, my goodness. You sound just like her. That was everything. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, Jamie is that. Jamie is glam all the damn time, even in the bed. If she feels sad and is mad, she gonna glam up quick. Like, she got so much content in her phone. I'll be glad when you post some of this shit. Because, but she's real private too, and this show has really been hard on her, exposing. I literally had to encourage her to really touch on this DeMarco shit because she was gonna go through it like they was good, like it's just her boyfriend and keep pushing. I was like, no, friend.
KK said, I'm on the east side of Vegas. I'll help y'all run up on DeMarco.
Okay, KK. Let's do it, girl. Nah, we ain't talking about DeMarco. DeMarco is gone. DeMarco on his way out the door, baby.
Get him out, because what is he doing there? Jesus. Because she is his blessing, if anything. Because I don't see what he brings to her at all.
This is another thing you're gonna learn about me, Miss Latoya. Even though I can't stand some people, I will be devil's advocate all day. The one thing I will say about DeMarco is he could have been left her alone. Something's keeping him staying. Now, whether it's because he sees the bag, I don't know.
Okay.
But when a man want to be done, he will leave.
That is true.
And he will hurt you in ways that you would not even believe. Beyond, I mean, he's hurt her in ways she couldn't believe. But when I moved to California from St. Louis, I was with my very first boyfriend ever. We were together for 6 years. And on Christmas Eve, he broke up with me, looked me in my face, told me he loved me, wanted to spend the rest of his life with me, but he could not move to California with me.
Oh, man.
He helped me pack up. He helped me pay for the deposit. He helped me and just did not book his flight. And I found out on New Year's Eve, 2013, that it was because of a girl he worked with, and I caught them together and almost killed all of us in a high-speed chase.
Girl, what?
But him moving to California would have changed his life in so many different ways. We from the slums, and he from an even hoodder part than me. He from the north. He from the west side of St. Louis, where they killing niggas' mamas and kids.
Mm-hmm.
If he got beef with you, he gonna kill your mama. Like that.
Yeah, that's some rough right there.
But he chose a different lane. So I say all of that to say, the one kudo I'm gonna give DeMarco is that when she really need him, he is there. When she has no one, when I'm in St. Louis and the other girls where they are, or wherever they gonna be, if she need to pick up a phone call with anybody, DeMarco gonna come.
Okay.
And
I like that. It makes me feel a little bit better because I needed something to like about
That's
him.
just the fact. Now, is he the scum of the earth? Yes. Is he a dog? Yes. Do he need to go? Yes. But that's on Jamie to get her mobility at 100%, so she don't have to call him when she needs his help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're going to pray on that one right there. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Who didn't we do? Oh, last one would be A Love. Thoughts that come to your mind with A Love?
I feel like Michael Jackson. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Swear to God, if she just leave me alone and quit tripping off me, we'll never have a fight again. Unless I directly affect her in some physical or mental way. Like say something about her, touch her, anything inappropriate directly towards her. If she completely stops speaking to me in negative manners, or even if I do say something that bother her, just don't say nothing and laugh it off, we'll never get into it again. I promise you. But because she's so opinionated like me and so manic and erratic and all these other things, she can't help it. And she is the turn up queen, like she said. And I'm the bitch that don't deal with that shit.
Now, if there's a second season, production's gonna want y'all to have y'all moment, hash it out and everything. So if y'all were to get back who again, what do you think you would need from her in order for that to happen?
Here's the thing. I could work with A-Love. We don't do the same thing. So if we're in the building, I could be cordial. I'm just probably never going to kiki with her again. I'm probably never going to sit up and confide in her and tell her any of my personal effects ever again. I don't trust her with anything private when it comes to me. I don't even trust her with if I call you and be like, look, I need some help with Jamie. Can you help me? Da, 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 da. I don't trust her. I don't. Because at any given moment she get mad at me, she'll use that shit against me. And she'll create a narrative to turn the other girls against me like she has. And she will pretty much make up stories and fabricate them and believe them so much that, and then tell them to other people that they believe them too. And I can't deal with that. I have had friends that have been my friends for 25, 30 years that have done that to me. And I no longer associate with them. I still love them. One of my former close friends lives in Vegas, just moved to Vegas from St. Louis not too long ago when we started taping. And it was a big deal when we fell out in St. Louis. But I don't hate her. I just don't trust her with me. I don't trust her with my energy. I don't trust her with my heart. I don't trust her with my thoughts. Because at any given moment, she could kick back into her old shit. A-Love and A-Love will do that. And I don't rock like that. I don't change my wave. I'm the same all the time. I either fuck with you hard and love you hard and rock with you hard, or I don't fuck with you at all. I'll be cordial though. I'm grown. And I believe in girl power. Like I'm a part of some big female entrepreneur groups that really support each other and we lift each other up. It is not anywhere in my character to put any of these girls down. But I am a firm believer when you show me who you are, I wholeheartedly believe you. And it's up to you to change that view. Nobody has shown me anything different than what they've shown. So it just is what it is. I believe who they are. I believe these girls are really like, I don't even like to use the word bougie anymore. It's like, really, I don't think they even noticed how snobby they were. Like, and the whole colorist thing came mostly from like where I'm from. And this is just a fact. And in southern states, even some of my dark skinned friends will tell you, like, the light skinned girls do be acting funny. Like, they treat us like we the field niggas and y'all the house niggas. Like,
that was the thing. People were saying that it was like the dark skinned girls against the light skinned girls trying to make the color thing.
And that was not intentional. That's just what they brought. Well, let's make this clear. Like, I just told you I met A-Love and Astra 2 times, one of which me and A-Love got into it, but 2 times prior to meeting these other 2 girls. When we all met, we all stayed in the house together and we equally bonded and we had no issues.
Okay, good.
We laughed, kicked it. I got videos of me and BB partying and having fun and acting silly. Me and Taj, everybody, we all in the pool kicking it. They almost put us out the fucking Airbnb because they thought we had a party and wasn't nobody in the pool but the 5 of us. Like, we bonded, and then COVID happened, and then everybody came back different. Even me. Mine was more so mourning and emotional, but I was different too, because A-Love was used to me being a party animal like her. I'm not that person anymore. COVID changed that part of me. I don't want motherfuckers breathing in my face.
Facts.
Like,
yes.
I'm sorry. Go have fun.
I feel you. Because I remember at the beginning, the first episode, Taj and BB were driving, and they were both talking about, you ready to see these girls for the first time in 2 years? And they was kind of like, I don't know about this. And
never knew they felt that way about us until I seen that. So when production tells us things like, you guys just remember this is how people felt then. They don't feel this way now. Don't take it personal when you see it re-air. Bullshit. Because I never knew they felt that way. I never knew BB felt like I am, but not really. I never knew she felt that way. Like, I thought you equally loved us the way we equally loved you. Didn't know that we were irritating and didn't have any coof. Let you tell it.
Yes. Because I was like,
What's no coof is calling my mama by her. What's no coof is calling my mama by her first name like y'all peers.
Oh. Okay. That part, I heard that. I heard all of that. Okay.
But again, I'm just a Midwestern Southern girl. Maybe where they from, Florida, California, maybe they call their elders by their first names. That's I would have got slapped in my shit.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever called an elder by their first name, or I always put Ms. on the front of it, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
Very disrespectful, but it's okay.
Okay, at the end of every interview, I like to do a couple of fun questions before we get off. Just tell just a little bit about you and how your mind works and all of that jazz. So, okay, what kind of car was your first car you ever had?
I had a gold, when I graduated from high school, I had a gold, my parents bought me a brand new gold Chevy Cavalier.
Oh, snap. Do you name your cars? Have you ever named your cars?
No, I don't name my cars.
Okay, what is your favorite thing to do?
Probably create something with my hands, styling something, and definitely smoke weed. I'm definitely a princess stoner.
I call myself the Duchess.
Stoner princess, princess stoner,
Who
whichever.
would be, if you have more than one, your celebrity crush?
So it started out with Drake. Well, it really started out with Rick Ross, but like Rick Ross like big bro to me. Then it was Drake, and I still am in love with Drake. I feel like that's who God got for me. That's why I ain't married with no kids right now, because he probably gonna just hand me Drake next year or something. But what's funny is I met Drake, and he was heavily on me. Like this was right after
Really?
he dropped that song. That's right. I like my girls BBW. Like I really feel like he wrote that for me because my song was viral at that time, and I'm friends with the club owners of all the H Wood groups. So Delilah is one of the clubs that Drake and his dad hang out at, and so Drake had an after party at Delilah one year after the American Music Awards, and my friend was like, "Come, bitch, come!" And I had on my cape, and I had on this like my tits was all out. It was crazy. I didn't even get a picture because I was so like in awe of what was happening. But the whole night he kept asking people, "Who was the girl with the cape? Who was the girl with the cape on her head?" And I just kept blowing him kisses, and he was doing this to me. And so finally, my friend was like, "Drake, have you met my friend 007?" And he jogged over to me. And when I tell you I hugged this man and did not want to let go, like he just was rubbing my back. I was like, "Bro, your sweater feels so good." He was like, "You silly." I was like, "No, I'm Mz007. I rap, man. You got to check me out, blah, blah, blah." But ever since then, his dad actually followed me. So we be chatting. His dad watched the show and everything. It's all love.
Okay, Dad. Okay. Now, who inspires you musically?
I'm gonna have to go with Drake again, but mostly next to that, I'm gonna say Missy Elliott. Like I've been aspiring to be and work with her since probably the 8th grade.
Wow, that's what's up. Who inspires you fashionably?
Now that's hard because I want to style all these bitches. Uh,
No, that's right.
no, but I have gotten some inspiration from Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. A lot of some of their pieces I've duplicated for myself. Like I'll see something they're wearing, and I'll go recreate it for myself. Uh, Cause that's kind of how my business started. Like I want that shit in my size. So if I see them in it, I'm gonna be like, oh, I can make that. Like actually, I got a piece I ain't even never put out yet. I haven't even worn it. I haven't
Oh,
shown anybody, but Cardi B's last birthday party, she had on a Chanel inspired bra. It was
yes.
like I made me one of those.
Oh,
I
snap. I
just haven't.
definitely want a bra. I definitely want a bra. I have got to get a bra from you. I have
You got
seen
to.
on your website, whatever, you do consultations and everything. See, that thing for me, and I feel so bad for I'm about to be 40 years old in March, but I do not know my proper measurement or the right type of bra I should be wearing. And I don't
So
like
what?
that about myself.
So that's why you need a consultation. But I'll give you and your viewers a free pitch right now. Go to Nordstrom's or Lane Bryant. But Nordstrom's has trained their employees on how to properly size you. So if you go to Nordstrom's and Lane Bryant has the digital thing, which kind of works and kind of depends on who you are. But go to Nordstrom's or Lane Bryant, get measured, and send me your measurements, and you're fine. That's what I usually have people do. Just I either send them to Nordstrom's or Lane Bryant, and they'll give you a true size. And then when you send me that true size, I'll put it in my little bra calculator, and I'll give you your sizes for your sister sizes as well. Because everybody really wears like 2 to 3 different size bras. You can either go up in the band or down in the cup, or up in the cup and down in the band, depending on where the bra is manufactured.
Okay.
Well, you got your American size, you got your UK size. It's like I wear a 40-60 in the American size, but in the UK, I can fit like a 42 double D. You get what I'm
Oh,
saying? So it
uh-huh.
just depends on the manufacturer and where it's from. And that'll do because we all wear at least 3 different size bras. You don't
Okay.
have just one size.
Got it. Natasha says double O's capes gives me Grace Jones vibes. Okay. Oh,
Yes,
Natasha
daughter. I
is an
actually got my
entrepreneur too,
team
so she
making
knows.
those in multiple colors right now. It's gonna take so much time. But I only have the black lace one. I got a gold lace one, a red lace one, and a pink lace one coming.
Girl. I like your fashion gives me life. Like I can't wait to see what you are wearing every single episode, every single scene. Like
I'm
what
glad
is you
because I
wearing?
was
What you got
worried. I
going
was
on?
like, the goal is to be best dressed because you the stylist, but I was worried. I'm like, did I do good? But it was a lot of times I was like, oh, I look good. I do.
You do. Like, girl, like
Thank
you is
you.
everything. You inspire me fashionably.
Thank you. That's the goal, man. You could be fat and popping. Period.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I love it. Okay, so what do you like on your pizza?
Bacon and onions.
Bacon and onions. Okay.
But I'm not much of a pizza eater. We got our own pizza in St. Louis called Emo's Pizza. So if the crust ain't real thin, like paper thin, I really don't like it.
Oh, I love me a thin crust. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
With provolone, not mozzarella.
Oh, okay. That real stuff right there. What is your favorite food in general?
Seafood, crab leg me down.
Girl, again, I ain't never had I've all my life I've never like really ate seafood. I've never had crab legs. I've never had lobster. I ain't even ever been
Girl,
to Red Lobster. I said I'm gonna take my
let me
ass.
tell you something. I don't care how much money I ever get. I'm gonna always love me some red lobster, baby. I love me some red lobster. Now let them tell you about how I do when we go to Endless Shrimp on Mondays at Red Lobster. I'll teach you how to make a whole new dish. Baby, we going home with all the shrimp.
I know that's right. What is your favorite movie or TV show?
My all-time favorite movie, and people think I'm crazy when I say this, but it's Tommy Boy. And my second favorite is Goldmember.
What?
Third favorite, Five Heartbeats.
Oh yes, give me some 5 heartbeats. Yes, ma'am. I will watch that on TV every time it come on cable.
Temptations, number 4.
Oh, you got a rundown. You know
Yeah.
it.
But I love when Tommy Boy, when he be like, fat guy in a little coat. Fat guy in a little coat.
Yes, it is that part for me too.
Oh, shit. I love it. I love it. I'm finna go watch that shit now.
Okay, what is your favorite place you would love to travel or have traveled to?
I'm trying to get to Hawaii, honestly, in Jamaica. But my dad had an obsession with Hawaii, and I want to go see what he was in love with.
Hawaii. I used to always say that's where I wanted to live when I was a little girl, Hawaii. And a friend of mine just moved to Hawaii too. So I was like, yes, Hawaii is that place to be.
I've never been. I can't wait. We're supposed to be going in October, but God willing, we'll be in a second season, and I might not be able to go.
Okay. I need to know who is going to be there in Vegas at Baby Doll Couture in March because I'm trying to come for my birthday.
When your birthday again?
March 31st.
Okay, that's right. You're Aries.
That's where I'm trying to come. That's one of my spots. If we in there, I have to go see my girls.
Yeah, my birthday March the 9th. We should be there. We should all be here in March.
Cool.
We be taking breaks around the holidays.
Oh, great.
Because
Okay.
we
I'm
all
just
from different places.
as
So
many of
around the
y'all as I
holidays.
can. I'm trying to get up in there, get some services. I want to get styled. I'm trying to get my hair done. Trying to get some makeup done. I'm trying to get cute.
Oh yeah, oh
On
yeah. Oh yeah.
So I got to get
And now
some
if you
books
hit me
going
before
out.
then, I can have your bra done before your birthday.
I will be at Nordstrom's very soon. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You know, my birthday March the 9th, so don't wait too late.
Got you. Okay. Latasha said, let's do a meet and greet at the salon. Latasha, I'll be there for my birthday. You can come on through. I love to meet you, boo. Yes, we can all meet the girls and have a good time. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yes,
Absolutely.
honey.
Okay, and this is the question I always like to ask at the end. What makes you smile, Black woman? You know what? Now that I know, before you answer that, I asked Ayla that question, and I said, "What makes you smile, Black woman?"
And what she say?
She didn't say anything.
No, she'll use that shit though at her convenience because the night I told her I ain't like how Taj be doing that money shit or client shit, paid client shit. This white lady was staring at us like a filth. Me and her sitting there laughing on the bench. She looked over at the white lady, was like, "Black power!" And I looked over at her, was like, "Oh, now you black." She was like, "When I need to be." I said, "You can't use that at you can't use that at your convenience, bitch. The fuck? Bitch, you either black or you not. Make up your mind."
Oh my
God. I think sis just be saying shit and fucking with me for real because she used to doing people like that. And I don't be going for it. So we clash. I think she used to shutting people down and she can't shut me down. And it fucking loosens her feathers.
Okay, so what does make you smile, Black woman?
Man, making other people smile, like it warms my heart to be able to help other people. I used to be very codependent. I'm not anymore. I've learned to choose myself more. But when I see other people smile, it just makes my heart and me, everything about me smile.
I love that. I love that. And I love them glasses. Now, do you have accessories? You got sunglasses out and all of that stuff?
So I just dropped the shirts. I did not drop the glasses yet, but they are coming, God willing, this weekend. I wanted to make sure I had those particular, like the t-shirts I'm drop shipping. But the glasses I wanted to have on hand because I want to pop the lenses out, put my little cards in there, send little special notes, little kisses on the lip, on the back of the card with the gold lipstick and shit.
Oh yes,
Autograph it, So I wanted to make sure I had the inventory in stock for the frames. Okay. And the plastic frames I be wearing are easier to get than these gold ones. These gold ones, I had to literally wait for them to come in overseas.
Make it make sense says I would hang out with 007 in real life.
Cause I'm the shit. I would hang out with me too. Like that's how I really don't be having this problem in real life. Everywhere I go, I leave with a brand new best friend. Like multiple of them. I got people I met on cruise ships still be calling me. I ain't went on this cruise. I went on a cruise in 2018. I got like 6 girls that we finna plan another cruise together because we miss each other. Like we ain't seen each other since we met each other. Like, and I don't know these girls.
Love that.
Yeah, I don't know them, but we legit miss each other. Like, I don't be having the problems I be having on this show, but I am easily triggered, so I can fall into an argument with anybody really quick. Not even intentionally, but when the vibes is good, the vibes stay good around me.
So what do you think it is that why you are just such a sensitive soul?
I think it's because I'm a Pisces, man. It's just the way God made me. Like, I will cry at the drop of a hat. I will cry because something wrong with you. It could not even be nothing wrong with me.
I am a sensitive crier too. Someone else crying, I can start crying like, hey.
Yeah. I'm just emotional like that. But like God gave me a very soft, genuine heart. And I be trying to be hardcore and I be trying to be savage and it just don't work for me. Like I could cuss somebody out so bad and then feel bad for cussing them out and come back and be like, you know I love you. I ain't even mean to cuss you out like that. Don't be making me mad. Like I done went off on the first time I went off on Jamie one day. Cause she said me and Jamie be falling and having arguments too, but we good. But no, one day she was upset with the other girls and she sent me a message and I thought she was referring to all of us. And I was like, how the fuck you gonna say some shit like that? You know, I moved here for you. I still want to be in California. I hate Vegas and blah, 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 blah. And she was like, calm down, friend. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought... Because I was like, the audacity of you to say I don't support you, girl.
It was about to get hit.
But I think it was because none of the other girls have bought her book.
Oh, okay.
And she was just like really upset. She dropped this book. She told her whole story and nobody had bought her book. And I don't know if they still have, honestly, but yeah.
I can't wait for you to read it. That's gonna be the next thing I read.
She was very upset about that. And she was like, I just don't understand how I've done this and I've done that. And I really believe in everybody. And nobody supports me and nobody has bought my book and blah, blah, blah. And I hadn't bought the book at the time either. So I cussed her out so good, bought the book. And she was like, friend, that's why I wasn't even really talking about you per se. I'm just saying, like, no, you haven't bought the book, but you support me in so many other ways. How could I bitch at you about not buying the book? And I'm like, oh, okay, bitch, well, I just spent my last $40 on this damn book, bitch.
Damn, cold-blooded.
But, you know, I love you. Don't ever think I'll support you, like, period. Niggas struggling out here. I just moved out here with my ex-girlfriends, then moved out of the apartment with them, moved into my own apartment. It's a lot.
It's a lot. That is a lot. That's a lot going on.
And she dropped a book when I was in St. Louis when my dad died. So that was another reason I brought the book in.
Oh, child. Enough. So let everybody know where there are the platforms they can find you at and your websites for your merchandise and everything like that.
All right, y'all. Well, you know you can follow me at Mz007 Music. That's Mz007 Music on all platforms. Facebook is Mz007 Music STL or Princess of the Lou. If you want to buy the t-shirts, is Mz007merch.com. That's MZ, like zebra, no S's. Okay, nope. MZ merch, Mz007merch.com. If you want to do a consultation, get a bra done, they are $50. And let me just explain this real quick. My consultations are $50 because y'all would not even imagine how many times I sat on the phone for hours with women, showing them my materials, giving them advice, showing them what I can do, and then never hear from them again. I can't do that anymore. So I charge the $50 up front for serious individuals who are actually ready to buy. So I don't waste my time or yours because I literally put a whole presentation together when I do a consultation with somebody. And then,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And then we actually, because I customize already made pieces, I do a screen share. I'll go online, find the piece you want. Have it shipped directly to me. Of course, you pay for a piece, but I'll have it shipped directly to me and things like that. Like I really put on a whole presentation to show you materials and samples and things like that.
Oh, that's definitely worth it.
Yeah, so that's bigintimates.com if you want to get a consultation. And the $50 also includes your shipping your product back to you. So you don't have to pay for shipping when I send the item to you.
What's up?
Yeah. So
okay.
But that ain't cheap, so be ready. Everything is priced by size and design. So like I wear a 46C. If I do a 46C on somebody, it's probably gonna start before you even tell. Like if you want a hand bling, you be expecting to spend over $350.
Okay.
Because I can't sit down for first of all, yo, it's gonna cost $150 to get the as many crystals as I need. And then I still got to get paid. Okay.
Right. That
Your
part.
materials usually I don't use nothing cheap. I use Swarovskis, and if I don't, it's the ones right up under them who still got the same. I don't use no plastic, no bullshit materials. Everything is high fashion, couture, expensive pieces. Okay, so be ready.
Okay.
Birthdays, weddings, all of that. If you want to do styling services, I could pick pieces for you from here or where you are. I actually come to people. People have flown me out to style them for their weddings or their fashion shows or anything.
The real deal up in here, honey.
Because
The real,
I've been
real
doing
deal.
this business mobile. Like being in a brick and mortar has really been hard for me. But I did it for Jamie. Like my goal is to be in a mobile vehicle, like a Sprinter with
Yes,
dressing room on wheels.
that's dope. I like that for
Something
you.
big enough where everybody can be comfortable that come in and be able to get styled, and I'll do some blinging on the spot. Because it only take me, like, depending on the size of the bra and what all I'm doing, it only take me about an hour and a half. I'm pretty fast.
Y'all heard it, y'all. Get to Nordstrom's to get y'all size if y'all don't know and get it popping.
Please. Nordstrom's, please.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Mz007, I thank you so much for your time and the tea that you spilled and coming and being your 100 self. I knew I was going to enjoy this interview before I even had it.
Can you
You are
believe it
one
was
of a
2.5
kind,
hours?
and I love you so much.
Can you believe? I love you too. Can you believe it was 2.5 hours?
Oh my goodness. We have been talking. We friends now. Fuck that.
You the home girl now. Nobody interviewed this long.
Girl, I appreciate your time, and I know it's Mama's birthday, so happy birthday. I hope y'all have an amazing time. 350, but the moments you can create with wearing the garments are priceless. That's what's up,
Thank you.
That's
Thank
what's
you.
up.
Make sense.
Yes, ma'am. We had a lot of people coming in and out of this interview, so
We did.
yes, a lot of people. I'm gonna make sure I send the link out again so you can post it. Make sure people can come and look for us and know where to find it on all that stuff. Y'all know she on TikTok too.
Yeah,
Twitter, all of
barely on
that.
TikTok, but I'm everywhere. Mz007 Music, just like you see under my tag, under my name. Can they see my name? There it is. Mz007 Music. You see it. Make sure you tag it.
Now go like, subscribe, and all that. Now, do you have a YouTube channel? You have a YouTube channel too?
Yeah, but that's Mz007 STL. Unfortunately, when I started everything, it was Mz007 STL, and I didn't want to. My song had already started doing numbers, and I didn't want to change my YouTube, so
that's what's up.
I changed everything to Mz007 Music.
Okay. Well, baby, have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for your time. And I would love to talk to you again very soon, whenever.
Absolutely. Let's check back in either after the finale and maybe before season 2, because we're getting to season 2. I'm just speaking into existence.
We know that.
Told us yet, but
we know that. They better quit playing and just announce it. Shit. Because we're ready for it already, and I can't wait.
Okay. Because it's still.
And I'll be doing my review on Friday's episode tonight and talk about how much fun I had on this interview. So y'all make sure y'all tap into that later on. And we just gonna have a good time. And happy birthday to your mother.
Thank you. I know they probably blowing me up. I got my phone on Do Not Disturb.
I
told them 12 o'clock. It's 1:30. Girl.
All right, boo boo. You have an amazing day. I love you. And stay blessed and highly favored.
You do the same. Thank you for having me.
Bye, babies.
Bye.
And there you have it, y'all. That was the one and only Mz007 Music. That was bomb. 2 hours and 23 minutes. I did not expect for it to go that long. But she kept it real. She dropped a little bit of tea. She covered up a few things, cleared up a few things, and that's why I do these interviews. I like to know what's really going on. I like to know what's going on behind the scenes when the edits get into play. It is what it is. But I just want to thank everybody that came out. Miss Natasha, Make It Make Sense, Ellen V, KK, everybody that came through. Monique came through, of course. Thank y'all, and I will be reviewing the Friday's episode tonight at some time. So make sure y'all tune into that. And it is what it is. I thank y'all for coming through. As always, thank you for watching. And I'm out this nasty thing.